Hey guys, what's good? Help me get my subscribers up, guys. I want to hurry up and make it up to 1,000, but let's just aim for 100. I mean, I've been aiming for 50. I'm almost there. Anyhow, today we're going to look at Nukes top 5. It's top 10 scary ghost videos to make you cry. Is that true? No, it ain't going to make you cry. But anyhow, we're going to hop into it. Sit back, relax, get a cigarette, grab a beer, whatever you're doing, and let's get into it, guys. I'll let you know my experiences if I see anything.
The last stop. This next viral video was shared by multiple social media accounts on the internet, but none of them mentioned the original source. The video shows a man inspecting an old abandoned bus somewhere in the rural countryside of Japan. Of course, as you might expect, things take...
I'm going to go ahead and say now that this right here is probably going to be digitally edited in. It seems like a lot of the Japanese ones just are not, they're not real. But let's see what it is.
A terrifying turn.
I do wonder what that place used to be, or did a flood hit and move that bus? Why is it in the woods? When he went around that door there, I think that right there was the cut. There was a cut there. That was just some chick he knew. Notice he's not looking the other way in the woods. And plus, if you got a cut in it, the person could have done got in their car and be at home. I mean, you know, because once that cut happens, they can go wherever they need to. He still never looked back.
As the man approaches the entrance to the bus, a girl can be seen watching him from the window.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks like an actual person. I don't see anything there that doesn't look like an actual person. Yeah, her eyes are black, but you can put makeup on for that. I'm sorry, my dog is snoring so loud right now.
He quickly looks inside, but there's no one there. Now, because there's no source, it's impossible to say whether this footage...
There's no source for the simple fact it's not real.
...is real or fake. But as always, I leave that up to you to decide.
You know, that's one thing that all these ghost channels say. I'm going to leave it up to you. Well, of course you're going to leave it up to us because we wasn't there. We don't know what it is. All we can do is just guess. But either way, it's always up to us.
Something watches over. Paranormal.
Now that right there, see, like just something watches over. It just reminds me of the first time I had something happen to me and I got pinned down. Like I did not believe in ghosts or anything. I didn't have a reason to. And man, when that happened, the next 15 years of my life, I had so many things happen. My brother had a ton of things happen. I had moved out of the house. My brother, at the time, he was 3. Something started messing with him when he was around 2, but he couldn't talk, you know, like make sentences until he was right around 3. And he finally got to go tell my parents, there's a monster in my room. Then my dad seen it. My dad seen all the toys going off. Guys, I'm going to find a way to make a video and tell y'all my story. And I might very well get my brother to come and tell me his stories at the same time. Make a video of me and him telling y'all what has happened at my dad's house. That's where it all started. When I was 18, we moved into this house. We finally got one because I grew up in a 1-bedroom trailer. I slept on the couch until I was 15. When I was 16, my dad had got a new job and we got a duplex. Well, then we lived there for about 2 years. And when I was 18, we moved into this house that had been empty. And just so happened it was next door to my best friend at the time. That was the oddest part, because my first day going to go see the house that we're moving into, I realized we're moving beside my best friend. Unfortunately, like 6 or 8 months later, my best friend, he died in a car crash. First, when he was going 90 miles an hour, it flipped 11 times in a Miata, and the seats folded over him, and it landed on its roof. And I seen it on my way to work that day because I was leaving Kernersville going to Greensboro, and I seen a blue Miata upside down on the side of the highway. I called my mom. I said, look outside, see if Scott's car is there. She said, no, his car's not here. Because I knew because he was in a car club and he had the sticker going across the windshield, but you couldn't see the windshield. It was on the windshield. But yeah, that time he only broke his back in 3 places. That's it. Then like 3 months later, a tractor trailer pulled out in front of him when he's going 25 miles an hour, and he went underneath the truck and it crushed the top, and his head come out through the sunroof, and that was that.
Paranormal investigator Alex from the YouTube channel Hunting the Unknown.
And yeah, I've had 48 friends die ever since 7th grade at Southeast High School. Since 1993, 94, we had at least 2 people every year die there. The very first person that was a friend of mine that I knew that passed away, it was Ashley Carroll. She flew out the back of her sister's Jeep, and it broke her neck when she hit the ground, because when her sister turned, she went slightly over the yellow line at the intersection, and it clipped another car, and she had one of them Suzuki Samurais, and her sister Ashley, which was in my grade, it flew out the back and broke her neck. But after that, it was just every year at least 2, if not more. And I've seen a lot of death in my life. And the thing is, it really messed with me at first, and then it got to the point to where I almost become numb to it. I don't get close to people. Like my fiance that I met her, everything went perfect. I went from being broke, barely getting by, to buying my own house, owning 3 cars, and taking care of her son. And she didn't even have to work. And plus, she had breast cancer. Whenever I met her, she didn't know she had it, but the first time I felt her breast, I felt the lump. Anyhow, long story short, everything went great, but she passed away too. So I've had 2 girlfriends die from cancer. One when I was 15, and then one when I was 40.
Unknown sets out to investigate an old abandoned nun convent in the south of England. The old building also doubled as an asylum for the mentally ill.
Guys, I'm gonna turn it up.
The convent/asylum was active from the 1800s all the way into the late 1900s. With over 100 years of dark history, it's not surprising that the
and see, like my dad's house, it was empty for a good while. What I do think, I don't know if when someone dies, if it draws something in, or if something shows up when someone passes away because it can sense people are going to be grieving or something. I don't know. I do know that when something sits empty for a long amount of time, it's almost like the space becomes negative and it draws in stuff, is what I think. I don't know. It just seems like anything that is set for a while and no one's lived in it, it seems like these things are attracted to it, like they're just drawn to it. So especially in hospitals, I like my fiance, she passed away in hospice, and it makes me wonder, you know, a hospice is where people die almost probably weekly. I don't know, but you would almost think if there was some kind of demonic spirit or something that could try to trap souls or something, that they would stay around places like hospitals and hospices. It kind of scares, I mean, because you got to think, eventually all of us are going to have to go through this. We are all going to die one day. So make sure you get your affairs in order and try to not sin. And then ask for forgiveness. That's all I can say, guys.
The building is said to be extremely haunted. One ghostly figure that haunts the building is said to be...
I'm sorry, but that bitch, that right there, nope. Nope. She might have been pretty back in the day in person, But that picture, no, she look a little evil.
That of a sad nun who is said to still wander the hallways of the old asylum to this
If I ever seen that shadow thing standing there, or that black monk, that'd freak me the fuck
day.
out.
Alex decides to explore the convent completely alone, with nothing but a camera and a flashlight. While inside, he gets the overwhelming sense that someone is watching him.
I hate that. At my dad's house, damn, I hated taking showers when no one was home. He had glass doors on the shower, but something about that bathroom, it just felt like something is standing there the entire time. It never feels like you're in there alone. You shut the door, you still feel like someone's standing there.
Hello, is anyone here? Hello?
Alex hears strange noises and feels like he's being followed. Then he captures something absolutely terrifying. He captures something
I'm looking right here. I thought I seen something move.
absolutely terrifying.
Right, oh, it was either dust or an orb. It was something that flicked. I can hear his, well, I see that right there. See, that's the thing, you just don't know if he's got someone there. I'm waiting to play the video, I'm getting ready to. But no, I could hear his breathing changing, so that either means he feels like something's there, or if this is all faked, then he knows someone's in there, so he started breathing like that. I don't know. Yeah, I say it's fake for the way he just had the camera set on the door, did not react to it, and then kept going to act like, oops, I missed it. I don't like that when they do that. Now, I like Nuke because Nuke usually has good stuff. Like, it's usually like not 100% fake. It's usually something that either you really got to debate or you honestly think it's real.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I seen it.
The investigator doesn't even notice, but as he passes one of the empty...
It's the way he turned his camera to face in and line up at the edge of the whole thing. Paused for a millisecond, then turns. Watch.
Did you see it? The investigator doesn't even notice, but as he passes one of the empty old asylum rooms, an ominous dark figure seems to be lurking inside.
Somebody he knows.
A figure with a creepy resemblance to the shadowy outline of a nun. So could it be that the old nun who allegedly haunts the convent was watching?
I don't know. Guys, tell me what you think. You think it's real or you think it's fake? Because if he's holding the camera in his hand to show us what he sees, then why wouldn't he see that in the view? And why did he turn his camera the way he did?
Alex? Well, who knows? But you can watch this entire exploration over on the YouTube channel, Hunting the Unknown.
I'm tempted to do
Fire
ghost hunting
and Brimstone.
It's just one thing with that, man. For about 15 years or so, I had stuff happen to me. I've been cut. I've been pinned down twice to where you cannot move. One time my eyes were open. I had not been to sleep yet. I was getting ready to go to bed. I just got done praying and said I rebuked the devil. And I swear, the second I said I rebuked the devil, it felt like there was this great big mass beside me. Didn't know what it was. Your body will tell you things that you never knew. Like, dude, I knew something was there. And boy, about that time I tried to slide over and grab my girl. About time my arm hit her, I was locked up. And I was yelling, but I couldn't open my mouth. She thought I was dreaming, and all she could hear is just, you know, me trying to yell, help. And I sit there and watched her shake on me, like pushing, trying to get me awake. And I finally, when it let go, she's like, you're having a bad dream. I was like, I was awake. I haven't slept yet. I was like, I was froze. Well, she did not believe me. But 3 days later, I was asleep, and it happened to her. And from that point on, she wouldn't sleep in that room. We moved the mattress out of that bedroom, moved the mattress to the living room, because there was something up with the back part of that house. We did not like it. There was just something back there. It was dark. Didn't like it. So we just stayed everything in the living room. We had a couch, the bed, TV, everything in the living room. And it's a sad way to live. I mean, it's convenient to a degree, but at the same time, it sucks. Can't go sleep in your own bedroom, in your own house.
This next bizarre video is a bit of a mystery. The video was shared to the internet without a source, and it's a bit unclear as to exactly what is going on here. The footage shows a dangerous fire near 2 cars, and something else truly disturbing.
Can't tell if that's digital or if that's a robot or what. I cannot tell what that is.
Someone or something can be seen silently walking through the fire, seemingly unbothered and unhurt.
And it's not on fire when it comes out, because you would think if it was a kid, they got hair, their hair would be on fire. I can't tell, guys.
Eerily, the figure resembles the shape of a small child. Could it?
But who is standing there recording and seeing this and not trying to go help? Therefore, I say 100% fake. Because if that is a kid, 1, you're standing there at a fire. 2, whether you know him or not, a child on fire, you're not going to sit there and record and nobody go help him. It's fake.
Could it be that the fire tragically claimed a victim whose spirit is lost in the blaze? Without a source, we'll just never know.
Imagine this, guys. What if that is a real video of someone killing off a family, and just say they dump stuff on him so the kid don't necessarily be on fire, but imagine if that was a kid that had been burnt looking for help, and you got some piece of shit standing there with a camera watching. Because I tell you now, I know the cartels, and I know like these, like ISIS, just those types of gangs and cartels and mafias, they do some crazy stuff to send messages to the other ones. So I don't know, no telling.
The woman in white. Musician Eder Olives from Torreon, Mexico is driving home late one night on the city.
I noticed there's a lot of fucking people from Mexico on these ghost videos.
Torreon Highway.
But they do a lot of witchcraft down there and stuff, so that's one thing. I don't like that. I don't.
When he spots something truly disturbing.
It's a woman. That's a woman running down the road. Why is she running down the road? I don't know. Is it someone he knows? I don't know. Does his camera run all the time? He sure as fuck didn't try to stop and help her again. But nowadays it has gotten so bad to where if you see someone that does need help, you don't want to stop to help them for the simple fact, either it could be a setup or you're going to have to deal with whatever she's running from, and it becomes another whole situation. See, he didn't slow down or nothing.
A woman dressed in white can be seen running in the emergency lane of the highway. Her arms
Yeah, it looks like an actual person, but nobody stopped to help her. Huh.
outstretched in a strange way. Some video commenters even
That is a strange way to run with your arms straight out like this.
suggested that it looks like the woman has no head.
And her arms look like they changed lengths almost.
Now, Eder Olivas actually thought he might be hallucinating at first, as he was extremely tired from his...
The only thing is, that dress was moving too natural for it to be, you know, a ghost or something. The dress had too much movement, because anything that you see that is ghost related, there's always a distortion, or it's like a frozen, it's like it's not a fluid motion like that.
From his long drive home. But later, he checks his dash cam footage, and he is shocked to discover that the woman was 100% real. Eder says he has no idea why a woman would be running down the dangerous and busy highway so late at night.
Did he look at the news or something around that area to see if... Huh. Then again, I mean, I guess since nobody's going to stop and help, I guess it could be someone he knows. And he let her out earlier, let her get down there and start running, and then he drove past and then pulled over and picked her back up. Don't know that. I'm just saying. I'm giving options.
He says that he thinks he might have captured a ghost on camera. But what do you think? Is this encounter paranormal or just weird?
I don't know what that is, bro.
More than he bargained for. Paranormal investigators Tomo and Hiro from the YouTube channel Omagatoki Film are contacted by one of their viewers, a man named Taguchi, who claims that he's been experiencing strange activity in his studio apartment somewhere in Japan.
It's so crazy on how small the houses and stuff are in Japan. I would love to go to Japan. I would. I love my Asian women. I do. But it's just crazy how America, we sit here with, I mean, we got single wide trailers that are massive compared to some of the stuff they live in.
Taguchi explains that 6 months ago he found a very cheap apartment. And you might ask, well, why was it so cheap?
Exactly.
It turns out that the previous owner tragically took his own life right where Taguchi would be living and sleeping.
Now, I know in Japan, especially for the men, I think it is. I don't know about the women. I just know the suicide rate is high. And I know men, we got struggles that women will never know. And a lot of men end their life because of a woman. Don't ever do that, man. Don't ever do it. There's a million fish in the sea. You don't need nobody. I'm enjoying being alone right now myself. I can do bad on my own, and I can do good on my own too.
But the young man doesn't believe in ghosts, so he happily signs the lease.
That right there was this guy. I did not believe in ghosts. Thank goodness no one ever bring a Ouija board around me way back in the 90s. You know, because I didn't believe in ghosts, so I'd have been make sure. And that would have been a bad decision. Kids, never, ever, ever, ever touch a Ouija board. Leave it alone. Don't open that door. Because once you open it, you ain't going to be able to shut it.
Lease, despite the apartment's dark history. But then, Taguchi starts to have trouble sleeping. He says that he hears footsteps, voices.
Dude, my dad's house, them fucking footsteps. I swear I thought it was my dad. It wasn't like a boot. It wasn't like a shoe. It was like just a heavy stomp. Like, you know, you can walk light and not make thumping sounds, or you can drop your ankles and make the thump, thump. That's what my dad's house sounded like. It didn't sound like, because we had ripped the carpet up at my dad's house because it had hardwood floors underneath. So we ripped off the carpet, sanded everything down, restained it, and that's really when things started picking up. But it did not sound like someone was wearing cowboy boots, dress shoes, none of that. It was a heavy stomp. And I always thought it was my dad. But then he would never, ever go back upstairs. because I'd be waiting to go to the bathroom forever.
And scariest of all, he starts to experience sleep paralysis, during which
I'm going to tell you now. These doctors saying, oh, it's sleep paralysis, sleep paralysis. It's bullshit. It is bullshit. Now, I can't say 100%. I know in the 15 years I was dealing with things happening, there would be a lot of times it's like I was trying to wake up and I couldn't move. If that's sleep paralysis, that is different than when I actually got pinned down. But when it started happening after I had been pinned down, so it made me think that it's definitely something doing it to me. Because I never had that issue, ever. Then all of a sudden I started having it. But, knock on wood, that I hope I never get it again, because I hate that feeling. It is horrible trying to get out of something and you can't.
which he sees a distorted laughing face right
Ooh.
above him as
See, I've never seen anything that I know of. I might have seen it but didn't realize it. But if I woke up, just look at that. Look at this right here. Imagine opening your eyes seeing that. No. Hey, put it in the comments. Me and my old best friend used to talk about this. What's worse? You wake up to a child standing at the end of your bed or on your bed. You got a child standing there, or an old grandma standing there. Which is worse? Tell me.
as he lays in bed, unable to move. Tomo and Hiro decide to set up 2 static cameras into Gucci's home for a month. At the end of that time, they review the month of collected footage. They are shocked by what they find. One night as Taguchi is sleeping, this happens.
Now, see, I woke up. There was 2 times. It was 2 weekends back to back. See, there was something at my ex-wife's house with my kids, because when I stayed there, something happened to my daughter. And I would hear footsteps in that house too, and so would her baby's dad. Anyhow, I woke up one night with my back on fire, like on my shoulder blade. I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't figure it out. I rolled over. I finally got comfortable after like 5 minutes. I mean, it's just on fire. Well, the next day, my girl told me that I had a scratch going all the way down my back. Shut up. But the next time, the following weekend, my son come back. Well, when he came back, I woke up in the middle of the night. It was my opposite shoulder. And at first, I was trying to get comfortable and go back to sleep. Well, then it hit me. I was like, I got scratched last time, so I woke her up. And she said I was bleeding. Now, it wasn't like some big, huge open gash, no. But it drew blood up to the skin, and she had gotten some on her hand. But, yeah. And then a whole stack of DVDs. I had them sitting on the kitchen table. They were flush with the wall. So the wall's there at the table. They're stacked straight up. That whole thing come crashing down at like 8 o'clock in the morning. My son was asleep on the couch. I run out there thinking it was him. And he was asleep. He was like, huh? No, I ain't doing nothing. Huh? I didn't even hear it. I'm like, you didn't hear it? Like, there's no way that thing could have fallen. But it did. And he was asleep. You know, the teenagers, when they're knocked out, that was him. And it seems like he's got something fucking with him. Could be a succubus. Yeah, a succubus and incubus. An incubus is a male demonic spirit that sexually messes with people, and the succubus is a female demonic spirit that tries to sleep with men and whatnot while they're asleep, and you're, I guess, dreaming. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had it. I have no clue. All I know is what he's going through, I don't want. I have jumped up like that before, like like I said, when there was times where it felt like I couldn't wake myself up. Like in my head, I'm saying, get up, get up, get up, and I can't. But then finally, I can just get up. I hate that.
Taguchi appears to be suffering from a horrible nightmare as he grabs at his neck, seemingly in
Nah, that ain't a nightmare, bro. There's something messing with him.
pain. He wakes up in an absolute panic. But did you see it? A pale figure seems to materialize in the hallway. The apparition appears to be watching Taguchi as he struggles in his sleep.
I didn't see
Taguchi
that.
finally wakes and the figure disappears into thin air.
Huh.
But there's something even stranger, because the second camera pointed at the hallway loses focus at the exact same time of the incident. And a distorted face seems to appear right in front of the camera.
Wow. I don't know about that one, kids. All I know is I'm good. How about that?
So could this be the same bizarre face that Taguchi claims he has seen
Bet money I would never sleep there again if I was him.
at night? The Omagatoki team believes that Taguchi might be haunted by the spirit of the previous owner. But you can decide for yourself and why.
I wonder how the previous owner took his life. If he strangled himself, hung himself, cut his throat, because he's grabbing at his throat. And you heard him breathing funny.
Watch the entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, Omagatoki Film. Shake, rattle, and oh no. A music composer named Henning from Oslo, Norway says that for years he has heard strange unexplained sounds coming from his attic. Over time, the strange activity has just...
That reminds me of a dream I had one time. And it was so strange, and it makes me think possibly it has something to do with what's going on at my dad's house. All I remember is a few seconds. It is my dad's attic that I'm picturing. But there was 3 dwarf-type, demonic-looking dwarves. That's all I can call them. There wasn't 7. It wasn't the 7 dwarves. There was 3. I have no idea why I would dream about that, and it has stuck in my head ever since.
just gotten worse. So one day, Henning hears a noise from his attic door and grabs his phone to record.
Hallo?
I had to take care of my dog real quick and get her on the couch because she's sitting here starting to make noise.
Hallo? Hallo?
Now, I don't think I've seen doors open, but I'll take that back. My brother and my son were walking into my dad's house and the piano stool flipped over. Everything fell out of the seat. So he has seen stuff physically move. I've heard Hot Wheel cars rolling on the floor above me. And I don't know, it seems like a lot of channels are having this knocking and this door handle shaking. So I don't know about it. But then again, I can't say it's not real.
Hallo?
Look around the
Hallo?
side.
Hallo?
I do know whenever I heard the Hot Wheels rolling upstairs in my brother's room when he was about 3, 4, the actual second my foot stepped through the threshold of the door, he woke up screaming bloody murder. I mean, like, I seen my dad pop up because he was asleep. I was going to go tell my brother to go to bed because my dad would be upset. He's up at, it was like 3:30 in the morning. Well, whenever he started screaming, I just seen my dad sit up in bed. So I stopped, turned around, and I went back downstairs because now Dad's up. He'll take care of it. Well, Dad got furious at me thinking I went and woke my brother up. It wasn't me. I was going to go tell him to go to bed because I heard the Hot Wheels rolling on the hardwood floors. That house, man.
The door latch to Henning's attic shakes and rattles around as if someone is trying to open the door.
Did he say shakes and rattles? Because, you know, shake, rattle, and roll, that, I think it's Elvis, or I think. But it's a music composer, and earlier he had something else. Good grief, my dog is being so noisy.
Door. But when Henning snatches the door open, there's no one there. And then the door suddenly slams shut on its own.
The only thing I can say is that you couldn't see the bottom of the door to see if someone else slapped it shut. That's all.
Now there's very little extra info on this clip. So, is it a real paranormal encounter? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
Yeah, my original smallest pit, her name is Bit, because Little Bit. But now she is 120 pounds bigger than both my other pits.
Caught on camera. TikTok user Summer, who is a mother of two, lives in a small house in an old town in rural Georgia. Late one night, Summer takes her phone out to record a quick video in her backyard. But she immediately notices something that is absolutely unnerving.
Y'all, I am in my yard. Watch my face.
Now, I have seen this one before.
This is not an app doing this. This is my yard. The church is behind me. Watch my face. Church. You can see straight through me. I kid you not. Look at this. Whoa.
What?
On camera, Summer's face seems to twist and distort into something unrecognizable as she
That is strange. I have no clue on that one. I really don't.
simply moves around in her own backyard. Summer says
It's weird how she does become like see-through. I don't know if the street light has something to do with it, but you still shouldn't become see-through.
that she is deeply worried that the strange old church across the street might be the cause of the creepy occurrence. She attempts to find information.
I don't know why it would be the church. What it would be is something being empty. If no one's using it anymore, is what I would assume. Because you would think something demonic or whatever wouldn't be attracted to a place that is the exact opposite of that. But I don't know.
Information about the history of the old church, but she hits a dead end and is left with no answers. So did Summer catch a bizarre paranormal visual disturbance on camera? Or just what is going on here?
That's crazy.
The most haunted cemetery. Popular YouTuber Franco
I got a tooth that's hurting.
TV is known for exploring terrifying abandoned.
Now, I watch Franco a lot. I see all his new ones that come out. For the longest time, I 100% believed everything. There's just been a couple where it seems like it's the same lady with the same child in the distance. But now, a lot of them, I think, are real. But there is a few, it's almost like, isn't that the same lady that was in the last one?
Abandoned locations in the U.S. But for the first time ever, Franco travels south to the country of Peru to investigate the quote,
He's in Chile right now.
most haunted cemetery in South America. the Presbítero Maestro Cemetery. The giant graveyard is well known by locals who claim that the place attracts witches who perform dark rituals with the bones of the deceased. As Frank explores, he finds signs of witchcraft everywhere. Tombs filled with burnt-out candles.
And that's what I was saying about down in Mexico, right there, witchcraft. They got a lot of it down there. And dude, I don't understand it. Leave it alone.
Voodoo dolls, and bizarre notes. One of the tombs belongs to a world-famous alleged witch, Gregoria Camacho, who died in 1897. Fans from all over the globe flock to her grave to carve their names and leave candles and offerings. And when Franco finds her crypt, something happens that he simply cannot explain.
A witch who was buried here. Now apparently she did good and bad, but mostly dark stuff. So on the top of her tomb they spray painted Witch of Satan and stuff, but her tomb is actually kind of different from all the others because you could see a skull and bones, which kind of represents something very, very dark. But this is actually her tomb right here. Her name is Gregoria Camacho, or Gregoria, something like that. I torture names. And you can see how other witches would carve their names in here and leave candles and trinkets. That looks like it says Camila. And if you look out here, you can see where they put all the candles. It's different from all the others because they put all these candles here and candies. Isn't it?
Now, I'm not saying it's fake. All I'm saying is, have you ever watched a lot of these shows? You know how they can add in like drums or something in the back? They can add sounds in. So why couldn't this be a sound that he added in? That's my question. Now, did it happen? It very well could have. But I'm just saying, there is a chance.
Hello? What the hell did I just hear? It sounded like somebody laughing.
That'd be crazy to hear a laugh that clear. I mean, because that was clear. I don't know if that's exactly how he heard it. He might have heard it different than us.
Thing is, on the maps, this area is blocked off. So once you walk back here, there's nowhere else you can go. Listen. Hello?
Well, I guess we wouldn't be adding the sound in afterwards. Like, just say he's got another phone with a Bluetooth speaker and he can hit play and have that sound play through the Bluetooth just enough to where this camera hears it. That's what I'm meaning.
Georgina?
Now, he would have had to hit play on it, and it'd have to be a long, like a minute and a half thing with the laughs coming in and out, because you see his left hand there and his other hand is on the camera, so he can't be just hitting buttons.
There's literally no one here. Oh, okay. Well, I got creeped out.
Franco hears what can only be described as a sinister and mocking laugh coming from somewhere in the
Matter of fact, I'm going to react to a couple of Franco's things. There's one I want you guys to see. There's this black thing that goes up. Like, you see those tombs right here? You see those? It just climbs all the way up. Could it have been someone pulling the rope from the other side? Maybe, but something about it didn't seem right at all.
in the graveyard. And that's not the only strange event that Franco experiences that night. As he searches through open and abandoned crypts, he captures something downright chilling.
Right in there. I don't know if those are the remains. It looks like a sock. There's something tied up. Here, let me zoom in.
I wouldn't go in there for nothing.
I'm going to be able to zoom in a lot more on post-editing, so...
No.
It looks like it could be... There's something hairy there.
Fuck that.
Huh, that looks like a dead animal.
Wouldn't
Or
doubt
something. Oh, that is so creepy. Alright, I just got the K2 meter. ¿Alguien estás aquí adentro? ¿Tú puedes decirme tu nombre? Oh, look at this. There's X's. You see that? On the side of the wall. Oh, that's interesting. That's something that's kind of seen in Mississippi.
Is he crawled inside of this thing? No, I ain't crawling in there.
When you see X mark, it's like they have something they want you to do, and they call upon the spirit to doing it.
Did you hear it?
No.
Franco doesn't notice, but a faint female voice can be heard whispering, "Hola."
Ah,
You see that?
The giant historic cemetery is also the final resting place for another well-known figure, Ricardo Espiel, a young boy who tragically died when he was only 6 years old. The boy Ricardo was said to be
just see those handlebars on that bike. I ain't never seen them like that.
who tragically died when he was
Right
only
there.
6 years old. The boy Ricardo was said to be a benevolent and protective spirit. Visitors claim that the boy's ghost grants wishes and blessings to true believers. But when Franco inspects the young boy's gravestone, he captures something downright chilling.
This one's
Now I
interesting.
am making my way towards another
I have seen this one.
tomb of a child named Ricardo. Now, apparently Ricardo grants blessings and wishes to everyone who comes to him, seeking help. He is a very well-known spirit that protects this
Change.
graveyard. Well, one, protects it, and two, also offers blessings.
Keep your eyes
to
around
everyone who
this
shows
area
up here.
from a
I wanted
different
to
angle.
see if I can read what this says. A la memoria de Ricardo M. Espaillat, sus amigos, 8 de Agosto, December 1887. Ricardo Espaillat, Mariano Nuevo,
There was definitely something there. I don't know.
Mariano Nuevo. Now, what's more interesting about this is that in the back, you could see all the prayers from everyone and all the blessings. And what's more interesting is that it even says gracias, like pretty much thank you for making these blessings come true. Any blessing you want, it'll be blessed by Ricardo.
Don't do that. One, you're asking something that is not God to do a favor for you. I take that as worshiping a false god, but you're putting faith in something that was just a human spirit, asking it to do something for you. No, don't do that.
A pale, translucent arm seems to reach out from the young boy's grave. But again, Franco doesn't notice. It's only after he posts this video to YouTube that the arm is spotted by some very perceptive viewers. So is this indeed the most haunted cemetery in South America? Let me know what you think. You can watch Franco's entire 3-part investigation over on his YouTube channel, Franco TV. The Old Clune Park Estate.
Guys, I wish I knew how to edit and do stuff, because if I could get someone just to teach me how to do it, it'd be great. I would love to make better videos. I'd like to be able to clip in stuff. But one, I don't know how much this Google Chromebook can do. Two, I pretty much just put out what I do. There's no clips, no cuts, no edits. This is me.
Over 100 years ago, Clune Park, Scotland was a bustling community of shipyard workers and their families. Shockingly, the estate of 430 apartments, a primary school, and a church is now completely abandoned after the shipyard jobs dried up and the workers all...
Why don't they just bulldoze that stuff? I get it, it's old history. But instead of spreading out to other places, why not knock the stuff down and rebuild there? I mean, everything's not on shipping and stuff now, but you can still have cities there. Because it's like people tear up stuff in the inner city and slowly spread out, but then they just leave all the bad crap behind, and a lot of bad things happen in those areas. Why don't they just flatten them? Flatten them.
all just moved away. curious visitors are warned to stay away because, quote, dangerous things happen at the Clune Park Estates. It is said that many people have lost their lives on the property under suspicious circumstances. But the warnings don't stop ghost hunting teams Scared to Death Zero as they venture out to explore the old abandoned apartments of Clune Park. At first, they don't experience much, just a few strange noises.
You know, there's dinging and beeping and...
If that was me, that's enough to bounce. Because more than likely that would be some kind of person hiding there. Not like they sit there waiting on someone to show up. So either it's someone with him, otherwise something happened, but why would you stay in there?
What the f... Is that the window there? Yo. What was that?
As time passes and the day's exploration turns to night, the team experiences something that shocks them to their core.
Right, that one's open.
Oh, I seen this one. Dude, I could not tell you what about to show up in that window right there. I couldn't tell you.
Yo. Do you see movement then? Move the light. Yo. Yo.
I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think.
Yo.
There's someone in that window.
Yeah. You see that face? What the f... What floor was that? Second floor, man. No, what's that noise, bro?
I was about to say, put the camera on this side so we can see.
Oh, it's a red light outside, that, isn't it? Hello? Which one is it? Check this one.
Yeah, that place needs to be bulldozed, guys.
I can hear somebody.
Someone or something can be seen at a window. The guys head inside and up the stairs, but there's no one there. Just a few creepy noises. Whoever was at the window seems to have just disappeared.
I mean, at worst, it could have been someone with some kind of mask or something, holding it in their hand and used the other one to move the curtain, but I don't know, that face don't look right.
The ghost hunting team believes that they captured something paranormal.
That might be a mask,
but
I just seen where it looks like there's black hair behind it, and there's part of it there. I don't know, man. Just that right there looks like an evil clown, like evil as fuck.
Let me know what... Ghost hunting team believes that they captured something paranormal. But let me know what you think.
I don't know what that is, guys. I'm gonna tell you now, it looks evil, so either they made some kind of mask that looks like that, or it's gonna be something demonic. I don't know.
Yo. Who's that?
The monster.
Never seen them actually find the room where the window is cracked open, though.
In the closet. TikTok user Jennifer Lynn, her husband, and 3 children moved into a new home back in mid-March. Since then, Jennifer has been busy painting and renovating the house while she is home alone watching over her 3-year-old son, Caleb. But lately, Caleb has started insisting that what he refers to as a, quote, monster lives in one of their upstairs closets.
That is the words my brother used about his room. I'm telling you guys, my brother is 30 years old now. He just moved out of my dad's house. But up until he was 29, from the age of like 4, he slept on the couch, and he had a whole bedroom, a second bedroom. He would stay in neither of them.
Closets.
Where's the monster?
Right here.
Now, Caleb sometimes refers to this quote monster as his friend, or as her, and occasionally as him. But this is where things start to get really strange. Because one day Caleb claims that his quote friend is in the tunnel.
Is your friend still here? Is your friend still here?
In the tunnel.
In the tunnel? What's she doing in the tunnel?
I said in her chair.
You said your friend's in the tunnel? What color is your friend?
Blue.
She's blue.
Yeah, he's blue. He's blue.
Now, Mom Jennifer just dismisses it as a child's imagination.
Don't dismiss that. How would your son just come up with that? Unless you're watching stuff like that in the house. Otherwise, don't dismiss that.
Because obviously they don't have a tunnel in their home. But the more Jennifer ponders what little Caleb said, she remembers this. It's a small closet, or a storage
What is
space,
that?
or a crawl space, or something. But certainly something that a child could interpret as a quote tunnel. But there's even more creepy stuff going on. Because one night, as Caleb keeps insisting that there is a monster in the closet upstairs, this happens.
Go find the monster.
Is it in there?
Huh?
Is the monster in there?
Nope.
Where's the monster?
No, take his room.
What? What?
Take his room.
It's in Caden's room.
Yeah. Well, go check it. Go take the monster.
Go check on the monster?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Go.
What?
Dude, it's your kids. Come on now. You gotta go check that out.
What does the monster look like?
It's blue. Go check him.
Oh God, no.
I find her.
What?
I find her. I found the monster.
Damn. Come on now.
Now, obviously, it's spooky enough for your child to be playing hide and seek with his invisible monster friend. But when Jennifer uploads the video to TikTok, her loyal viewers hear something in the video that Jennifer didn't even notice.
See, I thought she heard something else because she goes, oh no, and then takes off. I thought it was a laugh, but I did not hear a laugh. That sounds like a man's voice.
Oh God, no.
See, she does that.
Jennifer and little Caleb are all alone in the house, but what sounds like a male voice can be heard. To me, it sounds like it could be saying, "This is my place," or "This is my house." But every viewer who watches the video seems to hear something different. So, let me know what you hear.
I can't tell.
You can watch Jennifer Lynn and her son Caleb's continuing story over on her TikTok page at VixieMCMXCII. Thanks so much for watching. My posting schedule is all over the place, so please hit.
Alright guys, that is it. If you haven't checked out Nukes, go check him out, of course. Anyhow, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you would like for me to watch. I would definitely like to react to something or watch something that you guys want me to watch. So, please let me know what all you've had happen, if you've had anything at all. You guys take it easy. Have a wonderful day, a beautiful night, whatever it may be, and I will see you on the next one.